Hey everyone, Brandon from Brandon's Baseball Cards here. I'm going to start this video by just showing you real quick a few PSA graded cards that I got in the mail today that I bought on eBay. The first is a 54 Bowman Football Joe Perry. That is PSA graded VG3. I just love this year of football. I've been kind of on a football kick lately, a vintage football kick to be specific. And just the 54 and 55 Bowman are just beautiful, and they're affordable, and I was able to get this card on eBay for $5, which is just incredible when you think about it. VG3 Hall of Famer Joe Perry. It does have a stain in the top corner, and it does have a crease. I'm not sure if you can see it on the light, but it does have a hairline crease in the middle of the card. But I just thought it was just a gorgeous card, and for $5, what the heck. Now the second card, and I'm going to show you, is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous card. This is a 84 Donruss Joe Carter rookie card that I bought from the same dealer as the 54 Bowman Football Joe Perry. And this is just, other than being off center, I can't find anything wrong with this card. As I said, it was fairly recently graded near Met 7. This card is just gorgeous. Nice, clean, white borders. Looks like it was pulled right from a pack. And so I got this also. So two cool pickups that came in the mail today. Kind of nice. And what made them nice pickups, I'm going to sit down now, is the fact that we found out today that there's not going to be baseball for even longer than we initially thought. Now we're looking at probably at least 8 weeks of a delay to the season because of the coronavirus. And this just bummed me out. You all who watch this channel, you're all baseball fans. You feel the same way I do, I'm sure. It's just, enough is enough with this, It's one thing, to have to be quarantined or whatever, to be restricted in your activities. But when you really take away that much of a season for something that means so much to people, even with a very good call, even for a very good reason, which it undoubtedly is a very good reason, it hurts. It hurts. Baseball is, one of the true, other than my wife and my kids, my collecting, and baseball is the love of my life. It is the hobby that, consumes me in many respects. Probably too much sometimes, like I'm sure it does for you all too. There's one of the lights of my life right now crying in the background a little bit. My son, who's 3 weeks old now. But this is going to be kind of a rambling video, so I apologize, but it just really got me, bummed out. It's important to remember what matters, that baseball is just a game, but that doesn't mean it has to feel good, or that doesn't mean that, it's okay that we have delays here like this. I'm a fantasy baseball player, so our, fantasy drafts, I'm having a draft this Friday, and I don't even know what the point is, if we're not even going to be playing for a few months. At this point, we're just having the draft so we can have something to look forward to. And I think that's what this hobby can do for us right now. It can keep giving us something to look forward to. We can look forward to checking the mail. We can look forward to getting that new card and maybe making a video about it and sharing it with you guys. But yeah, troubled times right now, and the world's not in a good way. But hopefully we can pull through as a country and as a community, as a global community, and we can really show that this will bring out the best in people, hopefully, and not just the bad things like panic and fear and everything, and xenophobia and all this stuff that we've been seeing in the news. So with that, I wanted to tell you something very, very interesting that happened. And for those of you that regularly watch my channel, you undoubtedly heard about an incident that happened with a 1983 Topps rack pack that I sent to Baseball Card Exchange. I purchased it on eBay, and I received a very, very detailed response from Steve Hart about the rack pack about a week later, explaining why he couldn't authenticate the pack. And I have the pack here now, and it's this 1983 Topps rack pack. And if you'll notice, there are 2 Nolan Ryans on the top of the pack. 2 Nolan Ryans. which is just too cool. And then the third card is also a Hall of Famer, right? This is a Tim Raines All-Star card. So 3 Hall of Famers showing on top. Really, really cool pack. I received an email from Steve Hart, and he explained in detail why he couldn't authenticate the pack, and it had to do with the collation of the middle pack, of this middle cello. The collation was off. It just didn't make sense. He'd never seen a collation pattern like it, and because of that, he couldn't authenticate it. And so he sends it back to me unauthenticated. I email the dealer with an email from Steve Hart. I get a full refund for the pack. Okay, already. Haven't even sent it back to the dealer. I get a full refund. I get an email over the weekend from Steve Hart letting me know that he has now looked at hundreds of other racks from 1983 tops, and he has noticed that a lot of the packs to 83 tops, there's just no collation pattern that can be detected. That Topps essentially just threw cards in random for some of these packs. And now he's convinced that the pack is good. So I sent this pack into him. He couldn't authenticate it. Now he says he can. I've already had my money refunded. I sent the dealer an email asking them for their shipping address so I could ship it back to them. The dealer says, don't worry about it, keep the pack, which is very, very generous. And so now I don't know what to do. I've got a pack that initially couldn't be authenticated, and it's couldn't be authenticated, and now I'm being told it is probably authentic by the leading person and unopened in the industry, but it's just sitting around. All my other rack packs are in holders. As you've seen, if you've watched my channel, they're all in top loads and they're wrapped. You know, I'm a collector and I like them displayable and I like them nice. And so what do I do with this pack? I decided that I'm going to open this pack, because let's just say it isn't authentic. Let's just say it isn't. Maybe there's still something in here. At the very least, I have 2 Nolan Ryan cards on top, and if it is authentic, right? Let's play devil's advocate here. If it is authentic, then there is still the possibility of a Tony Gwynn rookie card, a Ryan Sandberg rookie card, or a Wade Boggs rookie card, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and tear this open, which is not something I normally do, especially when this pack has 2 Nolan Ryans on top. But given the ambiguity around this, there's also this thing on the back that Steve Hart mentioned. There's a rip right here. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's not the best condition, but this pack didn't cost me anything. The dealer told me to keep it, and rather than send it back and get it authenticated after Steve's initial trepidation at authenticating it, I thought, what the heck? Let's open it. So let's go ahead and open this up, and let's see if we can pull anything out of here of value. We already have Nolan Ryan cards on top, so that's cool. But I don't see an issue with this. I think this is there's nothing wrong with this at all. And quite frankly, I just don't know what else to do with it. I don't want to keep it in my collection. So the first card, of course, is Nolan Ryan. All right, that is a nice card. Next is Kirk Gibson. Next is Dick Davis. Next is Porfirio I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. This is about 3 years before I was born. Bob Clark. So some of these players I do not know, especially the more obscure ones. There's Mark Wagner. Wayne Krenchicki. Is that how you pronounce that? Here's Ed Glenn. There's one of the many managers of the New York Yankees during this time period. There's Jerry Uger. I'm not sure how to pronounce that either. Gene Nelson. We have a Hall of Famer here, Ron Carew, on a card with Mike Witt. There's Ron Guidry. Another Hall of Famer, Phil Niekro, super veteran. Okay, so that's the first cell. So the Nolan Ryan is definitely the best. know, and I was torn about this. I was torn if I should do this, or you know, if it'd be best to just hold on to it. But it's like anything in life, you know. It's just they're just cards. It's just a rack pack. You know, it's not like it's some, you know, a 1969 Topps rack pack or something that's incredibly rare or expensive. You know, it turns out, well, as I said, I didn't pay anything for this now, but even prior to this, it was only $43. So it's not like it's, you know, the end of the world here. Either way, even if it is real, then maybe we'll get something special in here. But it would bother me to have it in my collection sitting there with the ones that I know are legitimate. There's Lee Mazzilli. A lot of not notable players, I must say. Oh, there's a really, really weird, faded Dale Murphy card. Very faded. Looks almost like it was sitting in the road for a while. That is strange. Pat Zachary. Wow, a repeat. Jerry Ujer, I'm not sure. Rob Wilfong. Gorman Thomas. So that was the one with the crazy collation. Where there was no pattern that Steve could detect. Now this is the final cell, the one with the Tim Raines on top. Let's check this one out. Okay, so there, of course, the Tim Raines that was on top. Terry Leach. Red's great, Dave Concepcion. Russ Nixon. Everybody's favorite, the checklist. Gene Tennis, something like that. Yeah, these packs, other than the Ryans, have become pretty much a bust, I must say. Who knows? Who knows what happened with this? If this is legitimate, again, I do appreciate the fact that Steve wouldn't authenticate unless he was 100% certain. Because what's the point in having authentication unless you can rely on it, you know? And Fred Lynn. So other than the Ryans, that was really just a total bust. Nothing of note at all, really. I mean, maybe that's a sign that it was actually tampered with. I don't know. We don't know. And it's, as Steve said in the email to me, he likes to treat this as an exact science, but it's not an exact science. And Topps did all kinds of crazy stuff with their unopened material. So who knows? Who knows what happened? But hopefully that was fun to watch. That was cool to, it's always nice once in a while to actually break some of this stuff, not just collect the packs. Hope you all are staying healthy. I hope you're all doing well. Hang in there. Keep fighting the good fight. Don't go crazy in quarantine. Tough it out, and hopefully I'll do a video here again soon. I'm actually thinking about doing a entire rack pack collection showcase. So let me know in the comments below if that'd be something you would be interested in seeing. I could lay them all out on the dining room table and just show all my authenticated rack packs. But either way, that's it for this video. Hope you all have a great night. Stay safe and keep collecting vintage baseball.